So hello guys, we are talking about the OOPS concept. So basically we have covered as of now what is the class, what is the encapsulation, what is the object, and we are discussing about the what is inheritance. Okay, so inheritance is also very important. So in the previous sections we have discussed it, like what is the inheritance, and these are the types of the inheritance, which is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Okay, so let's talk about one by one every inheritance and do the example with this also. Okay, so let's see the single inheritance. Okay, if you go here, you can see here single inheritance. So suppose you want to, like, this is the single inheritance. So in the single inheritance, a class can inherit properties and method from only one classes. For example, you can see here, so this is the animal class and this is the dog class. So animal property, dogs are able to extend it, so that is called one class property, other class is extending, that is called a single inheritance. Okay, and if you talk about the single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, so in the single inheritance only one class extend the another class, that is called single inheritance. Let me go and talk about more about it. So let's go to the STS and let me create the single inheritance. Okay, just close all those things, and here I'm going to create one class called let's take example of the human or something like animals also, it's fine, no issue. Okay, so take the class name which is animal. Okay, so this is the one class which is animal I have created. Let me give the package name. So package name is com.inheritance. Okay, com.inheritance. So this is the packet, just change the name of this package. So here you can see the inheritance inside this having a one class which is animals class. Let me format it. Okay, inside this class whatever the properties, for example animals name, so here I can give private string name. Okay, private string animal color. Okay, same thing, I want to create some method for that. So public method will return something, otherwise it will not return, also fine, void, and method is like animal will eat, so s out. Okay, and let's write animal is eating. So this is the simple class I have created which is animals. Okay, now if I extend this class, and if I create a getter setter method for that also, this variable, so I am able to access it, no issue in that. I can create it protected also, because I have to give the provided access of the subclass also. So I will provide as a protected. Okay, protected. Okay, so this is the protected variables we have created, which is the instance, and this is the class only. I have not created the any interface like that. Okay, let me create one more class. The class name is called dog. So this is the dog class, and I want to create this class with the help of the existing classes property. So what I can do, I can extend it. So I can extend the property of animal. Okay, one more thing, so when we have to extend and when we have to implement it, so those are the very big confusion having everybody. Okay, now here I can create a main methods, and now I am able to call those class method directly Here I can call directly, no need to create an object for that of the animals. I can call it method. I can call in method while creating an object of dog. So create object of dog d equal to new dog, and through the d dot ith method I will able to call. So here you can see I have not created object of the animals, I have created the object of dog, which is extending the animal class. So whatever the properties behavior having the animal class, it will come inside the dog, and we are able to access here also. Okay, so if I change the file name, okay, so how can I change the file name? So I can save the file with the name called dog. Okay, so it will run because we have like running a start from the main method only, so we have to rename this. Okay, let's go and okay, one more things, this should be public, so just remove this public. Only one class should be public, which is having a main method, so you can take this class as a public. Public's type dog must be defined in its own file. Okay, so let's go and change this file name. So refactor, rename, and here you can give dog.java. Okay, so now you can see dog is already defined. Okay, so we can make it animal. Okay, this will become animal. Okay, and this is the animal class, and this is the dog. So here we have to extend animal. Our problem will resolve simply. Okay, now we can run. So your method will start from the main method. It will create a object for dog. So while creating an object for dog, it will create an object for the animal also, this one also, and we can able to access those data also. Let me check. So just run it. So here you can see animal is eating. We are able to call those methods. Okay, one more things, this is the very important, where we have to use the extend, where you have to use the implement. So many people are the confused in that also. Okay, here we can if it is interface, then we can use here implement. Implement is implements, and we have to make this class as a interface only. So this is the things we need to know about. So just go with the extend. Okay, so this is the extend, everything is fine. Let's go to the paint. Okay, and then we can talk about everything about it. Okay, so let's go to the notepad, and how you can use, where we can use. This is the questions. Question 1, where we can use extend keyword and implements keyword. Okay, so this is the two things you need to aware about it. Okay, where you can use extend or where you can use implements keywords. So these are the very important things we need to know about it. Okay, let's go and discuss. So I'm going to the paint first. Okay, so let's go to the paint. So where is our paint? So here you can search paint, open it. So In the paint, I'm going to discuss about where you can use extend and where you can use implement. Okay, so simply just look at here. We have two classes. One is parent classes, one is child classes. Okay, in between we have to check out where you can use extend, where you can use implement. And this is the classes. This is the another classes. This is also another classes. Okay, this is the some other interfaces maybe, or maybe this is the other interfaces. Okay, now we have tried to extend it, so you can go with this one. Okay, so we have tried to extend it. We have tried to extend it. We have tried to extend this one also. We have tried to extend this one also. Okay, so when we can go with the extend, when we can go with the implement. So for example, the above is class. Let's take the example of above is class and below is also class. So as of now you can see here we have written the extend. EXTENDS extends. So where we are using the extends, wave parent class and child class both are class, then we can use extend keywords. If parent class is interface INTERFACE interface, and child class is also interface. If child class is also interface, then you can use extend. It means that if both are classes or both are interfaces, in that case we can go with the extend keywords. But if the parent is something like interface and child is class, then we have to go with implement keywords. Implements keyword. Okay, if it is parent is interface and child is class, then you can go with the implements. If both are same, parent and child, you can go with the extend keyword. Okay, let me talk about another scenario. If above having a class and below having an interface. So if above having a class and below having an interface, and parent is a class and child is an interface, and you try to extend those property or implement those property, that is not possible in Java. That is not possible in Java. So this scenario is not possible in Java. Okay, this scenario is not possible in Java while extending or implementing a class in interface. That is not possible. So only possible is what? If above is class, parent is class, child is class, then go with the class, which is extend keyword. If above is interface, below is just interface, we can go with the extends. But if the above is interface and below is the class, then we can go with the implements keyword and we can use it. So this is the one things which we need to know about it, and that is very important. Okay, let me go to our STS, and here we can see the above class, which is parent class, is animals, and child class also a class. So because of that we have used the extend keywords to extending the property of the parents into the child. This is the one things we need to understand. Other thing is, like whenever you created the object, whenever you created an object for the child class, how parent class object will be created, we are going to discuss in depth about it. Okay, so once object is created, so for example this is the dog is now a big classes, so we have created the object of the dog. Now inside this it will create the object of animals, inside this it will create the object of the object. Okay, so those follow also we can discuss. So in that case, if I create any variables here inside the dog, which is something like id, yeah, dog id, something like private id, dog id. So this is the private variable which is integer type. I will create dog id. So if I try to access here, anything which is maybe the d dot color, I'm able to access. Here you can see d dot dog id name s out. If you see here d dot dog id, so all those variables I am able to access while creating an object of the dog which is child class. So for example, I am a child and my parents is a parent class. Okay, so my father is a parents and I am a child. So whatever the properties, it means whatever the my father's having a some money or whatever the properties and whatever the things he have, those are by default my properties also, my money also, and my things also. Okay, and whatever I earn, whatever I am earning right now, those are also my property. Okay, so in the both properties I have a access and I am able to utilize those property. So that is called the child. Okay, so child is able to do everything whatever having a parents and our own also. Okay, so this is the called inheritance, and just now we have talked about the single inheritance in Java. And let me create one memory diagram for that. So once you run this code, you can see as of now we have not implemented anything for that. So animal is eating, it's a method. So name and color is null value and integer, so because of we are getting the 0 here. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, this is the things. Now let me explain with the memory diagram. So whenever you create here dog object, can we create a child parents object here also? Yes, that is possible, no issue. So let me create the animals object which is parents. Animal a equal to new animal. So parent object is also created, and I try to read through the parent properties and child properties also. So I'm trying to read a dot it, e dot it. So animal dot it, yes, I'm able to access it because it's a parent property also. S out, let's copy and paste here. Okay, copy these 3 lines and just try to paste here and change the reference name of the object. So instead of the D you can change a, that is fine, but here if you change a, it's getting the error. So my parents, which is animals, you can say. So here we have created 2 classes, which is animals and parents. Animals is a parents and dog is a child. Okay, so if I create an object of the dog, I am able to access all those property of the parents and child also, which is animals and dog class also. If I create the object of parent, so he have a access of only whatever the parent class having a properties. he don't have a access to access the child class data, which means that, for example, whatever the data having my father's, I'm able to access this, but whatever the money I have, my father will not access directly in the based on the Java, but in the real time we are giving every money to the parents only. But in that situation, or in the Java concept, which is inheritance, we are not giving those money to the parents directly access. Okay, so I hope you understood. So this is not able to access, so here you can get error, ERR. Okay, let me explain what will happen if I create an object of the parents, or if I create an object of the childs. Okay, so let's go to the paint, okay, and create new one. Okay, here only. Okay, here if I create an object of as of now you have seen the example, so let me create an object of dog. So if I create an object of dog, it's create the object of dog. So this is the dog object. I will write also dog object, which is D. Okay, here once you create a dog object, inside this it will create one variables called dog ID. Dog ID. Okay, and you can make this dog ID something like 0. With the default value it will initialize. Right now what is the dog ID? It's 0. Fine. So when you create a object of the dog, first it will check, it will create an object of the dog, that is fine. Internally it will go to the like parent class. So first it will go to the parent class. It will not create an object first for the dog class. It will go for the first parent class, and then after parent class. So okay, let me go to the Eclipse here. So once you start executing, so once you write a dog d equal to new dog, this constructor will be invoked, this object will try to create. So it will go here, and internally having a one default dog constructors. Okay, it will call. So before calling this, it will go to the, because in the constructor every first line of the code we can see the super parenthesis. So because of the super parenthesis, it will go to the animals class, and it's extending the animal class. So go to the animal class, it will go to the animal class, it will see here also having a one constructor which is default constructor, and inside the default constructor we have written super parenthesis. So what is the super class of this animals? Object class, because object class is the by defaults of parent class of every classes. So it will go to the object class, and inside the object class it will execute, it will create an object for the object class, then it will come back to the animals, it will execute the animal constructor, it will create an object for the animals, and then finally it will come back to the dog class, and then after it will create an object for the dog, and it will assign those object to the those particular reference, which is D. Here you can see. So this is the things, but I have explained it like first dog, but it's not like that. Okay, first it will create a object class. So here is the object class. Let me create it. So this is called a object. So first object will be created, object class, object object class. So first object will be created for the object class, then after it will come to the animal class. So you can see the animals. So this is the animal class. Okay, in the animal class you can see, I will write here animals. So this is something like object class, this is something like animal class, Okay, so inside the animal class it will create two variables which you can see here. In the animal class having two variables which is name or color. So it will create an object for that also which is name, okay, and color also. Okay, let's take two object for that. So this is the name and this is the color. Okay, by default we have not stored any value, so it will store null because this is the string type, so null. So this is the memory diagram. It will look like for the object which is dog. So this is the reference will be stored here, so it's pointing to the dog. If you create a object for the animals which is parent class, so first it will go and it will create a object for what? Object class, and then after again it will create a object for the animal class. Okay, so let me write. So this is the object class and this is nothing but animal class. Animal class, and this is the reference of the A is pointing to this particular address. Okay, it will point to this one. Okay, and also you can see if you create an object, so here directly it will point. If you write like that, so it will point directly to this one, A, this object. Okay, later also you can say, and here it will create a variable for that. So let's select this one, copy and paste here. So this object you will create for the this one also. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you so much. In the next video we can discuss more about what is the multiple inheritance, what is the multi-level inheritance, each and everything, what is the benefit, what is the advantage, what is the disadvantage. Okay, as of now you have understood what is the object, it will be created, how we can use the extend, implement, keyword, those things. Okay, thank you so much.